Today we're talking how to kickstart your debt-free journey. So often we feel like debt is just this mountain. We're never going to get through it. It's just overwhelming and it's a lot. So today we're going to talk about how to kickstart your debt-free journey. I paid off $23,000 worth of debt. I am debt-free except for my mortgage, and there are some things that I have learned along the way. There are some things that I wish I did differently when I was paying off debt. So today we're going to talk about them, and we're going to go through step by step how to kickstart your debt-free journey, how to kick that debt to the curb and really make some big progress so that you can do big things with your money. It's so crazy now that we are debt free of how much faster we're able to build wealth. When we were paying off debt, it was dollar for dollar. It was, we paid off $500 worth of debt, our net worth grew $500. Now that we're investing, we put $500 into the market, and it's crazy how much bigger the gains are and how much faster we're able to build wealth. It is just insane when we do our net worth every single month. Whew, it just blows our mind of how fast it accumulates, and the compound interest is just crazy. So kicking us off, number one is to list all of your debts. Now, I know that this is scary. I know that this is something that you just get that pit in your stomach of, oh, I don't want to face the music. I don't want to know what's out there. And it's just something that you kind of brush under the rug and wish it wasn't there. But it's important. And the best way to know what debt is out there, if you don't know already, is to check your credit score. I have free credit score down below with Credit Karma. They're awesome. They're who I use personally, how to check my credit. I check it every single month and make sure that there's no new hits on there. But also, if you're in debt, it'll also show you all of your debts, how much is for each one. Because when I was in debt, there was ones that I didn't know were out there and I thought I had paid off, which I didn't, because when I got my student loans, they all kind of dispersed and they all went other places with Sally Mae. And so knowing what's on your credit score, what's on your credit report is really important. So get a free report down below with Credit Karma, and that way you know what you're starting with, list all of your balances, and figure out how you're going to tackle it. And just know what you're starting with and really just face the music. I know that it's something you don't want to think about, but trust me, you're going to feel better when you know what you're starting with. Number two is to get on a written budget, and get on a budget that is a solid game plan of your income, your expenses, all of that, your debt payoff, how you're going to pay it all out, and how to do it, how to set it all up, track your spending, finalize the budget at the end of the month. It's really going to make a big difference. If starting a budget is confusing for you, or you're like, I don't even know where to start, I don't even know how to do it, there's different apps, there's also pen and paper, there's different ways that you can do it. I personally do everything in Excel. Excel is my baby, or Google Sheets. They are where my jam is at. I've also tried wind up different ones like that, but Excel is where my heart is with budgeting. I do have a template down below in the description box of how to set up a budget. It has all the formulas in there, also spending analysis if you don't know how much to put for each category. Or I do offer a service where I will get your numbers and I will put it all in there for you. I'll do a debt snowball, do a debt avalanche, whatever works best for you, and then calculate everything for you. So I'll have that linked down below in the description box if that's something you're interested in. Next is to find ways to put extra money towards your debt. So whether that be picking up a side hustle, maybe it's doing a savings challenge, whatever it may be, there's different ways that you can put extra money towards your debt. So finding any extra money, trust me, it's going to add up big. Those little $10 here, $30 here, it's going to make a big difference on your interest, because interest is typically accrued daily with debt. So having that extra money go towards your debt is going to make a big difference. So look into some side hustles. I'll have a playlist of side hustles, of savings challenges, all of those different things. You can actually put that money towards your debt. Next is to come up with a debt payment plan and figure out which debt payment plan there is. So there's a couple different ones out there. There's the debt snowball, which is really putting all your debts in smallest to largest, and that's going to help focus on the smallest debt first so that you can knock that out, gain momentum, pay off the next debt, the next debt, the next debt, regardless of interest rate. Or you can do the debt avalanche. That is putting your debts in order of interest rate so that you are paying the most interest off first, so that you're paying the least amount of debt mathematically, and then your next interest rate. That way you're really paying down less money, but that one can be a little bit less motivating because a lot of times your highest interest rates are the ones that are bigger loans. So that way it may be months and months and months before you pay off a debt, whereas the debt snowball is a little bit more motivating. It's totally up to you. Or you can do the debt windfall. Maybe it's what is the biggest amount in your monthly budget. So this one is a $400 payment every single month, whereas this one is only a $50 minimum payment. I'm going to pay off the $400 monthly payment because that's going to free up more money in my budget. So whatever works best for you, have a game plan and know what works best for you and your mentality. It doesn't matter which one. Some people argue one is better than the other, but honestly, whatever's best for you and your personality, that's going to be the best one, and sticking to that. Don't jump around from plan to plan to plan and putting $50 to each of your debts. That's not going to make progress. That's just going to disperse it. You need laser focus on one debt at a time. Next is to look into refinancing. This is something that I wish I had done, and honestly, it would have saved me from my loans going into default, because like I said earlier, when I had my student loans, they all dispersed into multiple different loans with multiple different companies, and a couple of them fell through the cracks from moving and changing addresses, changing phone numbers, that I didn't even know I had these student loans, and then they were in default. So if I had refinanced, it would have all been together, all in one interest rate. And when you refinance, a lot of times you can get a better interest rate, you can cut your monthly amount, and it's really going to help catapult your goal and help you to pay off your student loans faster. If you do want to check out student loan refinancing, I have a link down below with Earnest that you actually get $100 when you refinance your student loans for them. So that's a great way to start the progress. $100 right there with Earnest. Let's keep the conversation going. If you want to know the importance of multiple streams of income, how to bring in that multiple streams of income, check out this video here. And if you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, how to get 1 month ahead on your bills, check out this video here.